welcome back to the third video that is going to deal with generational challenges, awakening global consciousness and embracing wholeness. So we've spoken about overcoming generational challenges, and I have tried to explain global consciousness. And now I'm going to talk to you about embracing wholeness. I've spoken to you about the interconnectedness, that we all are part of a collective whole, and how this interconnectedness links us into awakening global consciousness. I urge you to look at recognizing that each and every part is part of a system. No matter how small, it is essential to the integrity and functioning of the whole, as each tiny part aligns perfectly with the ideas of personal and collective transformation. Let's see if I can share with you how. How does wholeness and generational healing fit together? In the world of separation that we basically live in, it is difficult to understand that we are part of a greater whole. Especially in our society today, where we live separate from each other, where we are also focused on our own path in life. Each of us is an integral part of a larger system. It helps us to understand who we are in the here and the now. It helps us to understand that these patterns are part of who we are, and that they contribute to the integrity and well-being of the entire family system. Understanding that many family systems are broken, and why. As I stand here, I recognize that there's too much brokenness in the world. And we have to make our way and live with this brokenness. And what are we going to do about it? We can't leave it up to the politicians to fix our world. It starts with us. But who am I? Who am I? Me, tiny me, in this world of wholeness. And this is where the systemic work is so amazing. Because from the systemic perspective, we create a bigger holistic view. And from this holistic view, we can see that each healed individual is a crucial part of the whole. And it's very difficult to heal on your own. It's not possible to not part of belonging somewhere. So when we understand that each and every part is essential, each and every person in the family has a very specific part and role to play in the family. Each and every person in a company has an integral part to play in a company. Each and every company has an integral part to play in the global economic field. And so it starts with the value that you own in your family. Whether you acknowledge it or not, whether your family acknowledges it or not, it doesn't matter. You are an integral part. And if you heal that part of yourself, you restore integrity. And by addressing and overcoming these generational challenges, we all have generational challenges. So understand, everybody, each and every one of us has generational challenges. So when we restore integrity to our personal and family system, this healing fosters a sense of unity and belonging within the family, reflecting the larger principle of wholeness. And I really want to bring in this principle of wholeness. I know it is like, yes, we are all one, da 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 da. No, I really want you to get it. I want you to get it in each and every cell of your body. It is big. And I told you, it comes from the beyond and it goes into the beyond. I'm talking here about understanding universal wisdom. Because wholeness is universal. Wholeness is the love that we all seek. So let's look at wholeness and global consciousness. If we just understood our interconnectedness, well-being in this wholeness and global consciousness, if we just understood that, how awesome would that be? So by becoming aware of this global consciousness, this understanding involves that our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others on this planet. So it's not just about the fight for your own well-being. It is us doing it for us. When I'm well, the people around me feel well. When I'm in a good mood, people around me are in a good mood. So this well-being then mirrors the concept of wholeness, where the health of an entire system depends on the health of each individual part. And we will discuss this more as we go along. I don't want to go too much in all the negatives. I want to really focus on emotional well-being, because here is the key. Your mental emotional well-being creates well-being in your body. Your health starts with mental emotional well-being. And health starts with the integration of our own health within the family system, which brings us to the unity and belonging, and thus fostering a global consciousness, even with diversity, bringing compassion and sustainability to all of us. When we prioritize our own well-being, we prioritize the well-being of all those around us. And this is big. This is big. Can you see how important the wholeness is in a personal transformation? Empowerment and contribution means individuals like Maria, John, and I'm going to talk about Sarah in a moment, that heal from generational patterns, create and transform differences in their lives, but they also contribute the well-being of families and communities and growth to the collective wholeness, which is collective holistic health. So even though we're talking about the individual is always part of a greater holistic environment. So we're looking at all parts simultaneously. Each personal healing leads to holistic growth, encompassing emotional, psychological, and spiritual dimensions. And this comprehensive approach reinforces the idea that every aspect of our being is important for overall well-being. So I'm going to share with you the story of transformation in context of wholeness. Sarah's story. I want to share with you Sarah's liberation from financial scarcity. Sarah had a long history of financial struggles. Her grandparents lost everything during the Great Depression, and her parents instilled a scarcity mindset. Whew. Whew. Yes, I got it. And they were constantly worrying about money. Can you link to that? Do you have any money issues? And Sarah inherited this mindset that led her to also constantly worrying about money. And this led her to look how can she heal from these financial struggles. It held her back. We're living in a new generation. We have new opportunities, and yet she didn't feel she could take those opportunities. So Sarah came to a family constellation, and through the constellation, the root of her financial fears were identified. So knowing that my grandparents have financial struggles does not lead to the healing, because it's a mind knowing. And there's lots of exercise and there is lots of therapies that give you through it. I just found that family constellations is one of the most profound, because when we work in what we call the constellation field, our whole body is immersed in that energy. So the information, the change of the information is embodied. So by identifying the root of her financial fears and allowing her body to come to new insights, and that's why I called this channel Inspirational Insights. So these insights then inspired her to do different things, but because the body had released this mindset, the body had released the scarcity feeling that is in her body that kept her trapped. It helped Sarah changing her relationships with money. And she learned to see abundance and opportunities instead of scarcity. So Sarah started a successful business, and her newfound mindset allowed her to invest in her personal and professional growth. Got to start somewhere. So this story of overcoming financial security inspired her community, breaking the generational cycle of financial fear. So this created an abundance that Sarah never, ever realized she could do. But this shift to an abundance mindset demonstrates how changing one aspect of our lives, financial beliefs, can impact the whole system. Her story illustrates that economic well-being is a crucial component of personal and communal wholeness, thus promoting a culture of abundance and prosperity. And this led Sarah to be liberated from financial security into financial prosperity. Isn't that exciting? So let's look at this. Wholeness is about recognizing the essential nature of each part in a system. And it is the understanding that our well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of a larger system. So when we break generational cycles, we not only heal ourselves, but we also contribute to the integrity and functioning of our families, communities, and global society. So by creating the awareness that we're all part of this global consciousness, this involves fostering a profound shift in collective awareness, recognizing our interdependence and embracing diversity, compassion, and sustainability. This systemic perspective aligns perfectly with the principles of wholeness, as it acknowledges that each individual's health, each individual's healing creates growth on a bigger scale. The systemic perspective aligns perfectly with the principles of wholeness. If you have enjoyed this nugget, and I trust that you've enjoyed it, even though it is a little bit overwhelming, and yes, I do keep repeating myself because it is a lot of new information and the brain needs repetition for that new information to come in. Like this video and join us on our tribe. Join us on this journey by subscribing. Don't miss out. And I'll see you on the next part of our journey. There is more to come. Before I sign off this video, I'm standing here, and yes, I'm standing while I'm talking to you. I'm standing here wondering whether you have ever heard of family or systemic constellations, or whether you have taken part in family or systemic constellations, or are you a facilitator and you're here because you just want to greater understanding for the work. I know that it took me a long time to understand all the little bits and pieces, which is why I'm taking the time to explain it. So let me know in the comments below what you do know about family constellations, systemic constellations, and whether you are a part of a tribe that is already doing the work. And yes, I know that there are many of you who understand consciousness, who understand wholeness, and who are just here to pick up new nuggets. Please let me know that. I really love this interaction with you. I will look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, cheers for now.